Hello guys, I am going to do a lecture, and my lecture is going over cruise ship design. I've worked in this industry for many years, and I'm making the argument that cruise ship design is more than an industry of creating spaces and environments, but it's also a canvas for creating fantastical dreams. And I will go over these points one by one. Uh, there are many factors that contribute to this ethos, and like I said before, I will cover one by one. Uh, First of all, the cruise ship companies invest heavily on design. Typical land-based projects invest mainly into working drawings and construction administration. The cruise ships place a great emphasis on design, that some requiring several layers of review from multi-level management until the design is at a compelling place. And this process is very academic and it works. And if you've been to architecture school, you know that the first round of a design isn't when the design stops. It just keeps on going, and the crits will keep on pushing you to produce something amazing. And for some of the cruise ship companies, they go through these several layers of design review so that the design can be as tight as possible. And this is, like I said, this is heavy investment on design. I've been doing projects on land, and we don't have this much design freedom as you do in the cruise ship design world. Next point. It's a design-build process. The major cruise lines have their own design managers that manage both the design aspect and construction. There isn't an adversarial relationship with contractors as with land-based projects, as the design managers have a lot of leverage over them. You never deal with the stereotypical grumpy contractor flipping out over petty things. Now, this is really important to note because architecture in general is very adversarial. There are lawsuits to make, whether the drawings are sloppy or if construction time is lagging because of the architect's slow response to things. It's always a battle in the land-based world, but in the cruise ship world, since the client has their own design managers, they can regulate or filter how the contractors work. They are serving almost as a buffer between the contractor and the architect. And because they're the owner and client, they can demand things. They can demand changes without causing too much controversy. And with that process, you do have a very seamless sort of effort when you're dealing with contractors in the cruise ship industry. You're not dealing with this very stubbornness or this very retaliatory uh, reactions when trying to get something done. The best contractors work in the cruise ship design industry. Most of the contractors are from Europe, where there's a rich tradition of craftsmanship. Anything is possible, and they have the resources to get it done. You don't deal with the stubborn contractor unwilling to do something complex out of fear of a lawsuit. And that's one of the defining aspects of cruise ship design is the contractors. They're extremely skilled at what they're doing. They have huge operations. For example, MJM in Ireland, they have a massive uh, warehouse where they build all their things. They have all the CNC machines. They have all the resources. Anything is possible. And the next point is the design managers carry the ethos of the cruise ship industry of hospitality and positive user experience. You're not dealing with the cold, demanding developer who's stressing out about their high interest construction loan. The process of working with the design managers is always with great amicability and professionalism. And that's one of the defining aspects about working with these cruise ship companies is that you're dealing with a company whose whole philosophy is good hospitality, good user experience. And when the company is doing that as part of their brand, they're going to work in that manner when you're dealing with them as a design manager. And that's one of the great things about the cruise ship industry is that the client is very warm. There's a certain level of warmth that you wouldn't get in the normal architecture field. And like I said, that has to do with the ethos of what the company is selling, which is hospitality and great user experience. Now, the next environment, it's an inclusive environment where many industries are working together. Whether you're an architect, interior designer, librarian, and computational design, everyone has some input into the design process with cruise ship design. Now, working in the teams that I've done in the past, I have been working with various fields, and the good thing is that we all have some input into the design. Traditional fields like architecture and interior design, they operate in a very much in a silo like format. It's just that's how it is. Whereas cruise ship design is not quite architecture, not quite interior design. It's sort of a blend of many things, and it's such a great process to work because anyone can have some input.
And this concludes our lecture, and I hope you got some insight, and I hope that you keep on continuing to design. And here are just a few pics of some of my work. Thank you.